This free step-by-step video comes to you directly from Haynes. You can complete more than 200 jobs on this vehicle when you purchase the complete Haynes online manual at haynes.com.
Front brake pads renewal. Pull the bonnet release lever located by the passenger door sill. Lift the bonnet safety catch and raise the bonnet. Unclip the bonnet prop and use it to secure the bonnet in the open position. Note that there are two positions. Before proceeding, check that the handbrake is fully applied. Chock the rear wheels. Remove the front wheel trims and slacken the wheel bolts. Raise the front of the vehicle using a jack, support it on axle stands, lower the vehicle onto the axle stands and remove the jack. The front wheels can now be removed from the vehicle. If there's a wear lip at the edge of the disc, use a large screwdriver to lever the caliper outwards a little to retract the pistons. Disconnect the pad wear sensor wiring plug and unclip the wiring on the left-hand brake only. Undo the bolt securing the flexible brake hose to the bracket. Holding the guide with an open-ended spanner, unscrew the upper guide pin bolt and pivot the caliper downwards. Lift out the inner brake pad and the outer brake pad, then remove the upper and lower shims. Clean the caliper and mounting bracket with brake cleaner and a soft brush. Working in the engine compartment, use a cloth to clean around the brake fluid reservoir, then remove the filler cap. Before fitting new brake pads, the pistons must be pushed back fully into the caliper body using a piston retraction tool or G-clamp. Keep an eye on the fluid level in the reservoir as the pistons are pushed back. Remove any surplus fluid using a syringe. Before refitting the pads, check that the guide pins are free to slide in the caliper and check that the rubber dust excluders around the guide pins are undamaged. Refit the upper shims and lower shims to the caliper. Apply a thin smear of high-temperature grease to the edges of the pad backing plates where they contact the caliper mounting bracket. Fit the outer brake pad and the inner pad, feeding the wear sensor wiring through the aperture in the caliper body. Pivot the caliper back up into place and fit the new upper guide pin bolt and tighten it. Refit the brake hose to the bracket and tighten the retaining bolt securely. Reconnect the pad wear sensor wiring plug and clip the wiring back into place on the left-hand brake only. Depress the brake pedal repeatedly until the pads are pressed into firm contact with the brake disc and normal non-assisted pedal pressure is restored. Wipe around the filler cap using a cloth. Remove the lid and top up with brake fluid to the maximum mark. Refit the lid on the reservoir.